Welcome to CA Wisdom channel. So we will be taking economics. Okay. So हम लोग chapter 1 पढ़ेंगे. Okay. So what is chapter 1? Okay. So economics में chapter 1 it's all about determination of national income. Okay. chapter 1 में unit 1 होता है and unit 2 होता है. Okay. So हम unit 1 पढ़ेंगे and इसमें theory plus practicals दोनों होते हैं. There are both. Okay. Theory and practicals, but we will be taking in this lecture only theory part. Okay. So national income accounting. Okay. How national incomes are counted. Okay. So that is the chapter's overview. Okay. So introduction. Okay. The performance of an economy depends on the output of goods and services produced by it. Okay. इसका मतलब क्या है? इकोनॉमिक का परफॉर्मेंस किससे पता चलता है? जितना गुड्स या सर्विसेज प्रोड्यूस किया जाता है. ओके. प्रोड्यूस मतलब कितना प्रोडक्टिविटी है, तो प्रोडक्टिविटी ही परफॉर्मेंस को डिनोट किया जाता है. ओके. कितना प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है उसको ही डिनोट किया जा रहा है. ओके. नाउ लेट्स सी. National income is defined as the net value of all economic goods and services produced within the domestic territory of a country in an accounting year plus the net factor income from abroad. So इसका मतलब क्या है? जो भी इकोनॉमिक गुड्स या सर्विसेज हुआ है, ओके, विद इन अ डोमेस्टिक टेरिटरी ऑफ अ कंट्री, मतलब इंडिया में जो भी हुआ है प्रोड्यूस गुड्स या इकोनॉमिक्स, ओके, वो दोनों मिलाकर एंड नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम एब्रॉड. नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम एब्रॉड मतलब एक्सपोर्ट लेस इंपोर्ट. ओके. मतलब जो भी एक्सपोर्ट इधर से उधर सर्विसेज या गुड्स को भेजा मीन्स आउटसाइड इंडिया को. ओके. सो वो भी गिना जाएगा इसमें, किसमें? नेशनल इनकम में. ओके. सो दैट इज दैट. ओके. ये किसने बनाया? ओके. CSO. ओके. CSO मीन्स सेंट्रल स्टैटिस्टिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने बनाया था ऐसा अकाउंटिंग चाहिए करके. ओके. सो उन्होंने एक डेफिनेशन दिया. क्या दिया? नेशनल इनकम इज द सम टोटल ऑफ फैक्टर इनकम्स generated by the normal residents of a country in the form of wages, rent, interest and profit in an accounting year. According to CSO बोलता है कि जो भी फैक्टर इनकम्स है, फैक्टर इनकम्स जैसे कि वेजेस, सैलरी, वो सब जो है वो, फिर रेंट. ओके. कोई चीज़ को रेंट में देगा तो रेंट मिलेगा उनको, तो रेंट. फिर कैपिटल देगा तो इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा, सो इंटरेस्ट. एंड बिजनेस करेगा तो उनको प्रॉफिट मिलेगा. सो ये सब जो भी एक पर्सन को मिल सकता है वो सबको ऐड करके, ओके, उस इन एन अकाउंटिंग ईयर, ओके, उसको बोला जाएगा नेशनल इनकम. अकॉर्डिंग टू हु? अकॉर्डिंग टू CSO, दैट इज सेंट्रल स्टैटिस्टिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ओके. अभी ये हम लोग को करना क्यों है? ओके. नेशनल इनकम काउंट क्यों करना है हम लोग को? ओके. इनका एस्टिमेट्स क्यों निकालना है? ओके. सो वी विल सी दैट. ओके. इनका बेनिफिट्स क्या क्या? कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव कॉन्सेप्चुअल एंड अकाउंटिंग फ्रेमवर्क फॉर एनालाइजिंग एंड इवेल्युएटिंग द शॉर्ट रन परफॉर्मेंस ऑफ एन इकोनॉमी. इसका मतलब कि हमें पता चलता है कि शॉर्ट रन में अपना इकोनॉमी या अपना कंट्री कैसा चल रहा है, कैसे डेवलप हो रही है, क्या प्रॉपर डेवलप हो रही है या प्रॉपर वे में चल रहा है अपना कंट्री. सो इससे पता चलता है. ओके. किससे? नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग से. ओके. फिर इट डिटरमाइंस द पैटर्न ऑफ डिमांड फॉर गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज. नेशनल इनकम से पता चलता है कि कौन से गुड या कौन से सर्विसेज को ज़्यादा डिमांड है या कम डिमांड है. ओके. और उसके कारण बिजनेस को फोरकास्ट करने मिलता है. ओके. दे कैन प्रेडिक्ट द फ्यूचर. ओके. ड्यू टू दिस. ओके. नेशनल इनकम से हमें पता चलता है इकोनॉमिक वेलफेयर. ओके. पर कैपिटा इनकम कितना होता है एक आदमी का, इट्स अप्रॉक्स. ओके. पर कैपिटा इनकम हम आगे देखेंगे कि पर कैपिटा इनकम का मतलब क्या है. ओके. फिर इनकम इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिफरेंट सेक्टर्स. पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर में ग्रोथ हो रहा है कि नहीं, कौन सा सेक्टर ऊपर जा रहा है, कौन सा सेक्टर नीचे जा रहा है. ओके. वी कैन सी दैट थ्रू नेशनल इनकम अकाउंटिंग. ओके. यूजिंग दिस इंफॉर्मेशन द गवर्नमेंट कैन फिक्स वेरियस सेक्टर. इसके कारण हमें सेक्टर वाइज इंफॉर्मेशन के कारण गवर्नमेंट क्या कर सकते हैं? फिक्सेस ला सकती है. ओके. सो वो एक बेनिफिट मिल जाता है. ओके. National income statistics also provide what? Quantitative basis for assessing and choosing economic policies for objective statement. गवर्नमेंट बहुत सारा पॉलिसीज लाती है, ओके। तो नेशनल इनकम से हमें एक क्वांटिटेटिव बेसिस पता चलता है, जिसके कारण हमें चूज, मतलब हम लोग वी कैन चूज वेदर इसमें इन्वेस्ट ज़्यादा करना है या इसको इग्नोर करना है, ओके। गवर्नमेंट कैन डिसाइड, ओके। गवर्नमेंट के पास एक डिसीजन पावर मिल जाता है, ओके। इनकम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पता चलता है नेशनल इनकम के थ्रू, ओके। इनकम कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो रहा है, ओके। एंड उस कारण जो भी इनइक्वालिटी है उनको कम किया जा सकता है, ओके। The national income data are also useful to determine the share of nation's contribution to various international bodies, okay। नेशनल इनकम का जो भी डेटा मिलेगा वो हम दूसरा नेशंस को भी दे सकते हैं, ओके। सो व्हाई? So that they can invest in the country, okay। Combined with the financial and monetary data, national income data provides a guide to make policies for growth and inflation। फाइनेंशियल एंड मॉनेटरी डेटा के अलावा नेशनल इनकम डेटा भी हमें हेल्प करता है ग्रोथ एंड इन्फ्लेशन को बैलेंस या चेंज करने के लिए, ओके। सो नाउ हम देखते हैं नेशनल इनकम के अलग अलग कॉन्सेप्ट्स, ओके। सो यूएन सिस्टम ऑफ नेशनल अकाउंट्स, ये एक फ्रेमवर्क है कौन बनाया, यूनाइटेड नेशन ने बनाया था ये फ्रेमवर्क, ओके। यूएन सिस्टम ऑफ नेशनल अकाउंट, ओके। और यही मोस्टली सभी लोग यूज़ करते हैं, ओके। सो वी विल सी दैट नेशनल इनकम अकाउंट हैव 3 साइड्स, ओके। 3 साइड है ऐसा बोलते हैं। लेट्स सी 3 साइड क्या है? प्रोडक्ट साइड, expenditure side, income side, okay। So what is product side? Product side means production based on concept of value added, okay। I will give you an example, okay। So हमें आप बटर लिए होंगे, ओके। सो बटर कैसे बनता है? सो लाइक मिल्क लेते हैं, उसको प्रोसेस किया जाता है एंड देन बटर इज मेड, ओके। सो तो वॉट एवर दैट मिल्क, ओके, द कॉस्ट ऑफ मिल्क, उससे प्रोसेस करने में जो भी वैल्यू ऐड होता है, ओके, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज वैल्यू एडेड, ओके। दैट इज कॉल्ड एज वैल्यू एडेड, ओके। तो जब वो वैल्यू ऐड किया जाता है तो ही जाकर वो मिल्क सॉरी बटर बनता है। सो दैट प्रोसेस और वॉट एवर दैट इज कॉल्ड एज वैल्यू एडेड, ओके। सो ये एक वैल्यू एडेड प्रोडक्शन बेस्ड कंसेप्ट होता है, तो उसको प्रोडक्ट साइड बोला जाता है। एक्सपेंडिचर साइड देखा जाता है, एक्सपेंडिचर साइड बेसिकली जब हम एक्सपेंस करते हैं, एक्सपेंस किसके ऊपर करते हैं? जब कुछ चीज़ फाइनल प्रोडक्ट या फाइनल सर्विस बन जाता है, उसके ऊपर ही तो एक पर्सन एक्सपेंस किया जाता है। लाइक हम जाके डायरेक्ट बटर मिल्क ले सकते हैं दुकान पर, ओके। सो बटर मिल्क इज इन इटसेल्फ अ फाइनल प्रोडक्ट, ओके। सो दैट इज फाइनल सेल्स ऑफ गुड्स और सर्विसेज, ओके। तो वो एक्सपेंडिचर साइड बोला जाता है, ओके। नाउ इनकम साइड, व्हाट इज इनकम साइड? डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द प्रोसीड्स फ्रॉम सेल्स टू डिफरेंट फैक्टर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्शन, ओके। अभी वो बटर मिल्क कोई भी एक बिजनेसमैन ने सेल कर दिया, तो वो बिजनेसमैन को अभी कुछ पैसा मिला होगा, कि वो पैसा क्या करेगा बिजनेसमैन? वो जो भी प्रॉफिट उनका है वो रख देगा अपने पास, ओके। एंड वॉट एवर इज लेफ्ट, वो जो भी फैक्टर कॉस्ट है, मतलब वो बटर मिल्क को बनाने के लिए किसने मेहनत किया, वो बटर मिल्क का प्रोडक्ट किसने लाया, सो उन सबको वेजेस देगा, रेंट देगा, ये सब देगा। तो उसको जो भी इनकम होता है रेंट वेजेस, तो उसको बोलते हैं इनकम साइड, ओके। अंडरस्टूड? सो दिस वाज द कॉन्सेप्ट, ओके। 3 कॉन्सेप्ट, 3, देयर हैव 3 साइड्स इन नेशनल इनकम, ओके। ओके, so now let's go for gross domestic product, okay। जीडीपी बहुत बार सुना होगा, जीडीपी गिरा, जीडीपी बढ़ा, ओके। सो दिस इज जीडीपी, ओके। हम लोग देखते हैं जीडीपी होता क्या है, बहुत बार तो सुना होगा जीडीपी, ओके, बट होता क्या है? जीडीपी का सबसे पहला फुल फॉर्म होता है ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट, ओके। ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट, ओके, एट मार्केट प्राइस, एमपी मतलब मार्केट प्राइस, ओके। तो होता क्या है? ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट इज अ मेजर ऑफ द मार्केट वैल्यू ऑफ ऑल फाइनल इकोनॉमिक गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, ओके। फाइनल इकोनॉमिक गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, ग्रॉस ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन, produced within the domestic territory of a country during a given period of time। मतलब जो भी मार्केट वैल्यू है गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज सबका फाइनल जो भी इकोनॉमिक उसको ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट बोला जाएगा, लेकिन डेप्रिसिएशन को छोड़कर। ओके, डेप्रिसिएशन इधर एक्सक्लूड नहीं किया जाता, इसके लिए इसको ग्रॉस बोला जाता है। इसके अंदर ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट के अंदर डेप्रिसिएशन होता है। ओके, ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट के अंदर से हम डेप्रिसिएशन निकालेंगे, ओके, तो नेट डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट बन जाता है। ओके, सो वी विल सी द फॉर्मूलाज फॉर ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट। ओके, सो जीडीपी इज इक्वल टू वैल्यू ऑफ आउटपुट इन द डोमेस्टिक टेरिटरी। मतलब वैल्यू ऑफ आउटपुट मतलब जो भी गुड्स या सर्विसेज जो भी होगा उनका वैल्यू। ओके, लेस वैल्यू ऑफ इंटरमीडिएट कंजप्शन। ओके, इंटरमीडिएट कंजप्शन मीन्स जैसे कि मैंने बोला था वो प्रोसेस के वजह से वो बटर मिल्क बन जाता है, तो प्रोसेस को निकाल देना। ओके, क्यों निकालते कि वरना हम जीडीपी डबल काउंटिंग हो जाएगा। ओके, डबल काउंटिंग हो जाएगा, इसलिए हम इंटरमीडिएट कंजप्शन को निकाल देते हैं। ओके, और एल्स सिर्फ वैल्यू ऐड को ही काउंट करते हैं। ओके, सेकेंड फॉर्मूला इज सबमिशन ऑफ ऑल वैल्यू एडेड। ओके, अब कुछ पॉइंट्स है वो हमें देखना है। ओके, the value of only final goods and services or only the value added by the production process would be included in GDP। समझे, एक तो फाइनल वैल्यू ऑफ फाइनल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज ये, या फिर वैल्यू एडेड, बस ये। ओके, सिर्फ वैल्यू एडेड जो भी होगा वो, या फिर वैल्यू ऑफ फाइनल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज को ऐड किया जाता है जीडीपी में। ओके, अभी इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स और फाइनल गुड्स का डिफ्रेंसिएशन क्या क्या है। ओके, सो इफ द गुड्स इज फॉर कंजम्पशन और इन्वेस्टमेंट। ओके, एक तो डायरेक्ट कंजम्पशन मतलब कंज्यूमर आके खरीदेंगे, या फिर इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए। ओके, लाइक हाउस एनीथिंग। ओके, इन्वेस्टमेंट के लिए वो फाइनल गुड्स बन जाता है। ओके, वो सारे चीज़ फाइनल गुड्स बन जाता है। अभी इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स क्या है? इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स रिफर्स टू दोज गुड्स विच आर यूज्ड आइदर फॉर रीसेल, वो चीज़ वापस रीसेल हो रहा है। ओके, या फिर फर्दर प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है इन द सेम ईयर, फर्दर प्रोडक्ट प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है सेम ईयर में। ओके, तो वो उसको क्या बोलेंगे? इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स। ओके, intermediate goods used to produce other goods rather than being sold to final purchasers are not counted as it would involve double counting। समझे, इसलिए मैं पहला वो बोल दिया। ओके, नाउ लेट्स गो फर्दर। ओके, thus gross domestic product of any nation represent the sum total of gross value added। ओके, जीडीपी को जीवीए भी बोल सकता है। ओके, ग्रॉस वैल्यू एडेड, क्योंकि जो भी सारा वैल्यू एडेड जो भी होगा उसका सबमिशन को ही जीडीपी बोला जाता है। ओके, बट डेप्रिसिएशन को छोड़कर। ओके, विदाउट डिस्काउंटिंग फॉर कैपिटल कंजम्पशन। कैपिटल कंजम्पशन मतलब डेप्रिसिएशन। ओके, तो डेप्रिसिएशन को छोड़कर ग्रॉस डोमेस्टिक प्रोडक्ट बन जाता है। ओके, non-economic activities are those which produce goods and services, but since these are not exchanged in a market transaction, they do not command any market value। इसका मतलब क्या है? नॉन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज मतलब क्या है? नॉन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज इज लाइक व्हाट योर मदर्स आर डूइंग, लाइक शी इज मेकिंग अ फूड। ओके, हम बाहर से खाना खाएंगे तो फ्री में खाएंगे नहीं ना, वी विल पे। बट व्हेन योर मदर इज मेकिंग एनीथिंग, do you pay? No। Okay, she is just serving. That is called as non-economic activities where monetary things are not there। Okay, so non-economic activities are those which produce goods and services, but since these are not exchanged in a market transaction, they do not command any market values, such as hobbies, housekeeping, child rearing services। Okay, homemakers। Okay, सो ये सब नॉन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज़ में आ जाता है। ओके, सो इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज़ एंड नॉन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज़ बोथ आर डिफरेंट। ओके, यही कहना चाहते थे इधर। ओके, नेशनल इनकम इज अ फ्लो मेजर ऑफ आउटपुट पर टाइम पीरियड। ओके, देर आर टू कॉन्सेप्ट, फ्लो एंड स्टॉक। स्टॉक मीन्स at a particular day, okay, at a particular date। okay, Flow means during the period. Okay, flow means during the period. Okay, so stock कभी भी एक मतलब जब होता है तब उसको बोलते हैं स्टॉक. फ्लो मीन्स पूरा पूरा साल का या पूरा महीने का उसको बोलते हैं flow. Okay, but here it is a year. Okay, per year, for example, per year, and includes only those goods and services produced in the current period. Okay, therefore the value of assets such as stocks and bonds which are exchanged during the pertinent period are not included in national income, as these do not directly involve current production of goods and services. However, the value of services that accompany the sale and purchases represent current production, and therefore it is included in national income. बेसिकली जो भी स्टॉक्स या बॉन्ड सेल या परचेस हुआ है जो पिछले साल, ओके, तो वो ऑफ कोर्स काउंट नहीं किया जाता है. ओके, लेकिन उस वो जो भी परचेस किया है या फिर सेल करते हैं जो ब्रोकर्स को कमीशन कुछ मिलता है, वो उनका जो भी कमीशन है वो इनकम में काउंट किया जाता है. ओके, अंडरस्टूड. नाउ देयर इज़ अ कॉन्सेप्ट नॉमिनल जीडीपी वर्सेस रियल जीडीपी. अभी ये क्या है? रियल जीडीपी भी होता है और नॉमिनल जीडीपी भी होता है. ओके, यस, देर आर बोथ. ओके, सो वी विल सी इट क्या है, हाउ they are differentiated from one another. Okay, so gdp changes from year to year, we all know that. Okay, first, the amount of goods and services produced changes. Okay, क्यों चेंजेस होता है? इन्फ्लेशन की वजह से या फिर नॉर्मल गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज का अमाउंट चेंज होता रहता है. सेकेंड, मार्केट प्राइस चेंजेस, मार्केट प्राइसेस भी चेंज होता रहता है ड्यू टू इन्फ्लेशन. ओके, real gdp is calculated in such a way that the goods and services produced in a particular year are evaluated at some constant set of prices or constant prices. Okay, in other words, it is calculated using the prices of selected base year. ये लोग बोलते हैं कि लेट अज्यूम 2011. Okay, in 2011 milk was supplied at, let assume milk was supplied at rupees just 10. Okay, now that same thing at 2020 the milk was supplied at 20 rupees. Okay, but do you think that market nation income has increased? No, it might be due to inflation, it might be due to other factors. Okay, okay, which doesn't count, okay, in real gdp. So it is basically a nominal gdp if we are directly comparing from one to that. Okay, but if we take base year price, okay, like in 2010 it was 10 rupees. Okay, and we are taking that same 10 rupees and multiplying whatever the sale has happened in the 2020 year, and then we will get the real GDP. Okay, so this is what the concept tells about real and nominal GDP. Okay, so there is one GDP deflator. Okay, we can get the GDP deflator. It's very easy. Just you have to discount just you have to discount the nominal GDP with real GDP. Okay, basically nominal GDP is divided by real GDP, multiply by 100, you will get the GDP deflator. Okay, the GDP deflator, as the name implies, can be used to deflate. Okay, it can deflate it. Okay, or take inflation out of GDP. Deflate means taking inflation out. Okay, that means deflator. Okay, in other words, the GDP deflator is a price index used to convert nominal GDP to real GDP. Okay, so how can we get real GDP? Real GDP basically is nominal GDP divided by GDP deflator into 100. Okay, so basically whatever is the nominal GDP, like it was nominal GDP was 20 rupees of milk in 2020. Okay, 20 rupees. Okay, and then whatever the GDP deflator, like it may be 5%. Okay, so divide by 5%, then we will get the real GDP. Okay, okay. even we can get inflation rate because of this GDP deflator. How? If we can get GDP deflator of 2 years, subsequent years, okay, then we can easily find out the inflation rate of that pertaining year. Okay, like GDP deflator in the subsequent year less GDP deflator in the current year divided by the GDP deflator in the current year. Basically, they are taking the percentage, okay, into 100. Okay, you will get the inflation rate. Okay, here you can find the example. Okay, like 240 less 171 upon 175 into 100, like it is 40% something. Okay, somewhat 40%. Okay, so this is inflation rate. Okay, the inflation has increased from 171 to 240, which count to 40.35%. Okay, understood? We will be doing numerical illustration in other lectures. Okay, this is just a theoretical lecture. Okay, so now gross national product. Okay, gross national product, what it is. Okay, so first of all, what we learned, GDP. Okay, what is GDP? Gross domestic product. Okay, now we are learning gross national product. Okay, how it is different from domestic. Okay, from GDP, gross domestic product and gross national product. Okay, we will learn it. Okay, so first of all, I will be making you to understand what is the difference between GDP and GNP, national and GDP. Okay, so here you can see GDP at market price is equal to GNP at market price. Okay, which is same. Okay, but less net factor income from abroad. Okay, net factor income from abroad. So here basically they are saying that whatever n, okay, n means, what is n? It's national. Okay, okay, it's national. Okay, domestic was within a territory. National means within a territory only, but if some person, Indian citizen, is providing some services or providing some services to the other part of the world, then that will be included in the GNP. That will be included in the GNP, that is gross national product. Okay, that will be included in the GNP. And whatever, if some services are taken by the other world from us, then that will be excluded. Okay, so first of all, we will learn what is NFIA. Okay, net factor income from abroad. It's basically income from abroad. Okay, on what? Net factor. Factor means the cost. Okay, net factor. Okay, so we will see what is NFIA. Okay, NFIA is basically net compensation of employees. Net compensation of employees basically means whatever wages, salary, whatever, that all are included in this. Okay, net compensation of employee. Okay, plus net income from property and entrepreneurship, if they are doing business or if they are staying in somewhere. Okay, so they might have property and they might have business. Okay, so net income from property and entrepreneurship plus net retained earning, whatever they have the savings, that all will be combined and they will be called as NFIN. Okay, net factor income from abroad. NFIA is the difference between the aggregate amount that a country's citizens and companies earn abroad and the aggregate amount that foreign citizen and overseas companies earn in that country. Okay, so gross domestic product is just at territory. Okay, at domestic territory, that is in India. But GNP is a broader concept. It allows net factor income from abroad also. Okay, understood? So that was GNP. Okay, now NDP. Okay, NDP at market prices. What is NDP? How it is different from GDP? Okay, so NDP here it is net. Okay, I already told you, if there is gross and then we have to come to net, then it's just, you just have to less the depreciation part of it. Okay, so NDP is basically net domestic product, which means gross domestic product less depreciation. Okay, that is NDP. Easy. So now we will move on further. NNP. NNP at market prices. Okay, net national product at market prices. Okay, so net, just now we learned what it is without depreciation, that is called as net. Okay, national, we also study what is national. It's included of, it included of NFIA, net factor from abroad. Okay, so that is net national product at market price. Simple. So let's see the formula. Okay, so NNP at market price is equal to GDP at market price plus net factor income from abroad less depreciation. Understood? Now we will move further. Gross domestic product at factor cost. Okay, GDP, GDP, the same thing at factor cost. How it is different from market price and other things? Okay, so GDP is basically the same thing. Okay, but here there is difference between factor cost and market cost. Okay, so market cost is basically everything included. Okay, but factor cost, here taxes are removed. Okay, taxes are removed and subsidies are included, uh like if you go and buy chocolate. Okay, if you go and buy chocolate, okay, in that GST is already included, indirect taxes are already included. Okay, and while purchasing gas or somewhat, government gives subsidies. Okay, so we have to reduce that. Okay, so what is the formula here? Market price is equal to factor cost. Okay, whatever is the factor cost plus indirect taxes less subsidies. Okay, that will be considered as market price. Okay, now likewise, what will be the factor cost? Factor cost will be the market price less indirect cost. Okay, whatever the market price, like whatever that gas price is, less GST, whatever the indirect taxes is, add subsidies. Okay, okay, add subsidies, that will become factor cost. Understood? So this is GDP at factor cost. Okay, now we will move further. Okay, net domestic product at factor cost. Okay, by just seeing the term we will understand everything. Okay, so net, I already told, it is like without depreciation. Okay, domestic means within a territory. Okay, okay, factor cost means just now we learned what, excluding of sorry excluding of subsidies but including of indirect taxes, that will become factor cost. Okay, so we will see that. Okay, where is the formula? Okay, so here it is. NDP at factor cost is what? NDP at market price only, but lesser than net indirect taxes. That will be considered as NDP at factor cost. Okay, there is one more formula. It is like NDP. Okay, net domestic product. Okay, net domestic product. Okay, it means compensation of employees, whatever they are earning. Okay, plus operating surpluses. Okay, operating surpluses means if they are getting some rent or interest or profit. Okay, and other mixed income. Okay, and other mixed income if they are doing business part. Okay, or they are doing self-employed. Okay, or they are doing their own. So all this will become NDP at factor cost. Okay, now NNP at factor cost. This is what we are searching for. What is this? NNP at factor cost. NNP at factor cost is the same thing. NNP at factor cost is the same thing as national income. Okay. So NNP at factor cost is equal to national income. Okay, which means FID, factor income earned in domestic territory, whatever they have earned in domestic territory just before we study whatever net domestic product at factor cost. Okay, just we have to replace this domestic to national. Okay, if we want to replace that domestic to national, what we have to change? Okay, just add NFIA, net factor income from abroad, then we will get what? We will get our national income. Okay, now let's move on to other concept, per capita income. Okay, so what is per capita income? So per capita income is basically it's like average income of a per person. Okay, it's like GDP per capita is measure of country's economic output per person. Okay, whatever the GDP it is, just divide by the population. Okay, total population, you will get the per person. Okay, but it is not the absolute term, it is not the absolute one, because there are so many inequality, so many income inequality, okay, in the country. Okay, that's why we don't get per capita income in a true sense. Okay, now personal income. What is personal income? Okay, let's see through the formula. Okay, so personal income is the national income only plus income received but not earned. Okay, they have received the income, okay, but not earned. They have not done the actual work, okay, for that income. Okay, or they might earn but later. Okay, so income received but not earned, less income earned. Okay, they have earned but they have not received the income, so this will considered as personal income. Okay, now disposable personal income. What is disposable personal income? Okay, so disposable personal income is personal income only but less taxes, because we have to pay the taxes, less non-tax payments. Already whatever payments have done, we have to reduce, then whatever the remaining is, that will be considered as disposable personal income. We can dispose that amount. Okay, we can use that for expense. Okay, expenditure. Okay, so that is disposable income. Okay, so there are two concepts in that. Net national disposable income simply means the same thing. Net national disposable income is equal to net national income plus other net current transfer from rest of the world. Okay, receipt plus payment. Okay, receipt plus payment. Okay, same thing goes for this gross national disposable income, NNDI. Okay, plus CFC. Okay, CFC. Okay, current transfer from the rest of the world. Okay, other what is this? Receipt less payment. Okay, so this is a gross national disposable income. Okay, now domestic income may be categorized into two. What? Income from domestic product accruing to public sector, which includes income from property, entrepreneurship accruing to government, administrative department, and savings of non-departmental enterprises. Okay, second, income from domestic product accruing to private sector. Okay, so one is domestic and one is private. Okay, NDP at FC, less income from property and entrepreneurship accruing to government and administrative departments, less saving of non-departmental enterprises. Okay, now private income. What is private income? Okay, we will learn. So private income is a measure of the income, both factor income and transfer income, okay, which accrues to private sector. Okay, it's not a income of private. Okay, it's a income from private sector, okay, from all sources within and outside the country, okay. So what will be the formula? Private income is equal to factor income, whatever the factor income is, from net domestic product accruing to the private sector, plus net factor income from abroad NFIA, plus national debt interest, plus current transfer from government, plus other net transfer from rest of the world, that would sum up to private income. Understood? So that was private income. Okay, now we will move on to next concept. Okay, so measurement of national income in India. Okay, how national income is measured in India. Okay, let's see. So NAS, National Account Statistics in India, are compiled by NAD, National Accounts Division, in the CSO, okay, Central Statistics Office. Statistics, okay, means, which means they provide data of everything, okay. Okay, they had done one thing, okay, they have revised the base year from 2004-5 to 2011 and 12, okay. So the base year is from 11-12, okay, 2011 basically, okay. This circular flow of income, okay. So this is a concept, a nice concept. See, goods and services are produced, okay, and then it is distributed as factor income, okay. When goods and services are produced, when they are when they are sold, they get some income, okay. That income is distributed as factor incomes, okay, in form of rent, wages and interest, okay. When the persons get that income, they dispose it, they do the expense, okay, on what? On product, on goods and services, okay. So this flow, this circular flow continues, okay, in the economy, okay. So there are three phases: production phase, income phase and expenditure phase. Production phase is where firms produces goods and services. Income phase is where the firm gives money back to the factors, okay, rent, capital, labor, whatever, okay, interest, profit, okay. And when they get the money back, when the factors get the money, they get the power to dispose of that money, okay. So they are called as expenditure or disposition phase. So they spend that money for purchasing some goods and services. So this cycle goes and goes, okay. So these are the three phases in the in a nation, okay. So phase of output, okay, value added method, okay, this is called as product method, okay. Data required, sum of net values, okay, added by all producing enterprises of the country, okay. What is measured, इसे पता क्या चल रहा है? Contribution of production units, okay, कितना यूनिट्स प्रोड्यूस किया है एक चीज़ बनने में, okay. फेस ऑफ इनकम, इनकम मेथड, इनकम मेथड में क्या होता है? टोटल फैक्टर इनकम, हर एक जन को क्या क्या मिला, प्रॉफिट कितना मिला, रेंट कितना मिला, वेजेस कितना मिला, ओके. तो रिलेटिव कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ फैक्टर ओनर्स, ओके, इससे पता चलता है कि हर फैक्टर ने कितना कंट्रीब्यूट किया, ओके. फेज ऑफ डिस्पोजिशन एक्सपेंडिचर, ओके. डिस्पोजिशन एक्सपेंडिचर इज लाइक स्पेंडिंग, ओके. तो इससे क्या पता चलता है? फ्लो ऑफ कंजम्पशन, कितना एक आदमी कंज्यूम कर रहा है, ओके, या फिर कितना वो एक आदमी इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर, ओके. So that is it. So we have to study all these three method deeply. Value added method, then income method and then expenditure method, okay. We will be learning one by one, okay. So first is value added method, okay. It's basically adding the values, okay, as I previously said. So there are three sector: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, okay. These sectors are further divided into sub sectors, okay. So what is GVA? Value added. What is GVA? Value of output, whatever the output is, less intermediate consumption, okay, we will get GVA. Or else we can get through the formula of this: sales plus stock, sales plus stock less intermediate consumption. Okay, sales plus stock less intermediate consumption. Okay, now we will go for income method. Okay, income method means whatever the factors are getting paid, that is income method. Okay, so what? So NNP, okay, national income, it's compensation of employees, wages, labor, everything, plus operating surplus in terms of rent, interest, profit, plus mix income if they are doing job or they are doing self employment, plus NFI, net factor income from abroad, if they are getting income from abroad. So these are the formula for income. Okay, income method. Okay, NDP at factor cost, sum of factor incomes paid out by all production units within the domestic territory of a country. Okay, wages of laborers are included, but pensions of retired workers are not included in this. Okay, why? Because only incomes earned, okay, only incomes earned by owners, okay, of primary factors of production are included in the national income. Okay, in pension they are not doing anything. Okay, so income is not accruing. Yes, they are getting the income, but it's not accruing anywhere. Okay, so pensions are excluded from it. Okay, capital gains, windfall profits, like getting profit at like getting lottery or anything, transfer incomes, income from sale of second hand goods, and financial assets, all these are not included. Okay, but commissions, brokerages, value of services provided by owners of production unit, all these are included to the current flow of goods and services. Okay, सी जिधर दो टाइप के इनकम होता है. ओके, लाइक लॉयर्स डू बोथ, engineers do both, like they provide services to the companies, they do separately by giving services to their private or their personal clients. Okay, so there are mixed type of income. Okay, to overcome this difficulty of a new category of incomes called mixed income is introduced. What it is introduced? Mixed income is introduced, which includes all those income which are difficult to separate. If separation, if some incomes are not able to separate it, then it is termed as mixed income only. Okay, now the last method, that is expenditure method. Okay, expenditure method are also called as disposable method. Okay, or disposal approach. Okay, so what is it? Okay, so GDP at market price. Okay, it is final expenditure, okay, final value. Okay, that is expenditure method. It's a summation of final expense. Okay, final consumption expenditure, like PFC is private final consumption expenditure. It means volume of final sale of goods and services multiplied by market prices, whatever the total will be, that is called as PFC, private final consumption expenditure. Okay, only expenditure of final goods and services produced in the period for which national income is to be measured and net foreign investment are included in the expenditure method of calculating national income. Okay, adding up the money spent by the government in the production of, now here is government expenditure. Okay, we have to add government expenditure as well. So government expenditure like healthcare, education, defense. Okay, so they should be included, but pensions, scholarship, unemployment allowance, all this have to be excluded from it. Okay, gross domestic capital formation. Okay, like investment, if if some expenditure are done for investment purpose, so they have also to be included. Okay, but some have to be excluded. Okay, so gross investment includes final expenditure on machinery, equipment, construction, inventories. Okay, jewelry, arts, all this, all all such stuffs. Okay, Net exports, it's like export less import. Okay, whatever the net export is, we have to include it in the final expenditure. Okay, so that was it, all the three methods. Okay, we will move to the other concepts. Okay, so yeah, the system of regional accounts in India. Okay, we are see, a national income is already there, then why regional account? Yes, we have to do, because it helps decision making at regional level. Okay, like states and a village, always states and union territories basically do regional level computation or regional accounts. Okay, accounting. The CSO helps or assists the states in the preparation of these estimates by rendering advices on conceptual and methodological problems. Okay, इससे क्या क्या मिलता है? ओके, इससे अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिलता है, इससे डिसीजन मेकिंग में हेल्प होता है. ओके, देर आर सम एक्टिविटीज लाइक रेलवेज, कम्युनिकेशन, बैंकिंग, जो एक स्टेट से दूसरे स्टेट में भी होता है. ओके, विच आर कनेक्टेड. ओके, विच कैनॉट बी कट अक्रॉस स्टेट बाउंड्रीज एंड थस उनको क्या बोलते हैं? उनको बोलते हैं सुप्रा रीजनल सेक्टर्स. ओके, सुप्रा रीजनल sectors like intra like that supra regional sectors. Okay, the estimates for these supra regional activities are compiled for the economy as a whole and allocated to the states on the basis of relevant indicator. उनको separate किया जाता है state wise according to some indicators. Okay, not perfectly, but yeah, still they are able to divide it and give the data to the states, to the particular states. Okay, now GDP and welfare, a new concept. Okay, income distribution पता चलता है. Okay, क्वालिटी इंप्रूवमेंट होता है, कोई कोई प्रोडक्शन छुपाती है. ओके, गवर्नमेंट अथॉरिटीज इलीगल प्रोडक्ट्स या इलीगल वेज से कुछ इनकम जनरेट करते हैं, तो वो एक. ओके, नॉन इकोनॉमिक contributors, I already told, non economic like well-being, like social work or homemakers. Okay, this utility of loss of leisure time. Okay, so if leisure time was not there, then GDP, of course, it would have been increased. Okay, economic bats, there are some economic bats like crime, pollution, it's not included in the GDP or national income. Okay, the voluntary work and services, voluntary works are not regarded in this or recognized in this. Okay, positive and negative externalities are not considered in GDP. Okay, and the last concept, that is limitation and challenges of national income computation. Okay, there are some limitation and challenges. Okay, lack of agreed definition. Okay, so there are not particular definition which have been defined standard wise. Okay, accurate distinction between final goods and intermediate goods. Okay, there are not accurate distinction between final goods and intermediate goods. Issue of transfer payment, services of durable goods, difficulty of incorporating distribution of income, valuation of new good at constant price. Okay, if new goods are produced, then how can we take that good, that price at base price? No, we can't. So likewise, there are some problems. Valuation of government services, we can't value government services at much. Okay, other challenges like inadequacy of data, lack of reliability of available data, presence of non-monetized sector. There are various non-monetized sector, okay, still present in India. Production for self consumption, if some activities are done for self consumption, okay, that is not included. Absence of recording incomes due to illiteracy and ignorance, some people don't provide national income. Okay, data for national, they don't know. Okay, or they are not connected to the government. Okay, or lack of proper occupational classification. Okay, due to unorganized sector. Okay, due to not much of standardized system. Okay, there are some problems. Okay, accurate estimation of consumption of fixed capital. Okay, we don't know how much fixed capital are used, okay, or depreciation are used. Okay, so so because of that, there will not be a proper computation of national income, and this all these were some of the limitation and challenges regarding national income computation. So this was the chapter. Okay, so we studied the chapter 1, national income. Okay, determination of national income. Okay, in that we studied unit 1, national income accounting. Okay, we will be learning unit 2 and we will be completing all other chapters as well. Okay, so we will see in you in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.